Today's video topic is Vietnam is not for beginners, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, I really like Vietnam. I've been there many times. I have many friends in Vietnam. It's always a pleasant experience, always a very nice experience. But I'm telling you that is not a place for beginners. Maybe some people may disagree with me, or maybe what you're reading and watching and listening to is kind of conflicting with what I'm saying at the moment. But I'm gonna tell you my reasons why Vietnam is not for beginners. First reason is Vietnam, the job market, it's really difficult for foreigners. So don't come to Vietnam if you want to think with this mentality like, well, I'm just gonna arrive, see how it is, and then I'm gonna try to apply for a job. No. The world economy is kind of hard at the moment, yes? And Vietnam is an exception. Their economy is growing pretty fast, but most of the jobs are basically for the locals. You're gonna end up working as an English teacher, and you cannot work as an English teacher legally if you don't have a degree. It can be any degree, like engineering, business, doesn't matter. There are many people working under the table in Vietnam. I don't really recommend it, but that's how it is, you know. So first of all, if you want to come to Vietnam, you need to have a plan already. You need to have like an online business or YouTube channel, or I don't know. You need to have customers abroad, back in your home country, but don't come to Vietnam in the adventure mode. And this is going to be explained even further in this video. The second reason is Vietnam is not for beginners is that it's very polluted and it's very dirty. Pollution in Asia, especially Southeast Asia, is not like something exclusive to Vietnam. It's about the continent here. There is a region of the world. Even Bangkok, where I am right now, it's like very cold here. Very cold for Bangkok standards. It's 20 degrees. Bangkok is kind of polluted, but in Vietnam, it's something kind of special. Hanoi, for example, is one of the most polluted and dirtiest places I have ever been. And I've been to Manila and I've been to New Delhi in India. So it's like the top 3 of the dirtiest places and filthiest places I've been. In Vietnam, many people, they have motorbikes. So the fumes and exhaustion pipe from the exhaustion pipes, and like they burn things, like it's like Thailand, for example, in the north, they burn the trash or they burn the trees and so on. So it can be very dirty, the city. And also speaking about dirt, in Vietnam, the hygiene is not really that Western standard, let's say. Let me illustrate something for you. When I go to Thailand, when I go to Malaysia, when I go to Indonesia here, I never have food poisoning. But in Vietnam, it's kind of... This bird here in Thailand is so noisy, but it's like a good noise. Anyway, let's get back to the food. In Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, yada, I never have food poisoning. But all the time that I am in Vietnam, at least more than 1 month, I get some digestive, I get some like a problem in my guts. So that's to say something, you know. The food in Vietnam really feels really heavy. I don't know, I don't want to bash the country, that's not the intention of this video. I'm just saying that you need to be aware of where you're going to, you know. Because it's very easy for these influencers to say like Vietnam is amazing, it's cheap, you can get your life together, you can sort everything out because you're gonna have a great life. And in my opinion, people in Vietnam who say this, the foreigners, the expats, they say that it's because either they have an incentive to stay in the country or they are already experienced travelers. If it's the first time you're moving abroad, if you're going out from the US or from Europe and you go straight to Vietnam, you're gonna have like a hard time, especially if you're not like an open-minded person, if you are very picky with quality of things and so on. The third reason why Vietnam is not for you, especially is not for beginners, is that it's very noisy. Remember I talk about the bird here, yes? You cannot even hear the birds in Vietnam in some places. In Hanoi, in the big cities in the north, I cannot hear anything else except motorbike noises. But I am in Bangkok. I am in the capital of Thailand, and I can find a place where there is nobody. Here, there is no one, basically. And it's very quiet. If I want to have my coffee in the balcony, like where I'm staying right now, if I'm renting like here, Airbnb, if I want to have a coffee in the balcony, I can have it because it's very peaceful, very quiet. In Vietnam, I am in a village and I will hear motorbike noises or people screaming because Vietnamese people speak very loud. It's a very noisy place. You cannot have like your mind and tranquility, you know. So you have to keep this in mind as well because okay, if you're a tourist, if you're here in Vietnam for 10 days, 14 days, it's kind of nice, kind of exotic, it's kind of fun because like, oh my God, it's so chaotic, it's so noisy. But if you're living there, it bothers you, you know, with the time. So what else can I say about Vietnam? The fourth thing about Vietnam is that if you don't speak Vietnamese, you're gonna be pretty isolated. You're gonna feel this loneliness because of course, in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, Da Nang, especially Da Nang, because it's a city made for expats, basically. It's a very beautiful city. And it's one of the few places I would choose to move abroad if I would go to Vietnam. Because all the other big cities or even the small coastal towns, they are not worth it. I mean, they are, but not in the long term, like considering your life abroad, you know? Vietnam opened up the borders and especially they are really investing in tourism. This is just a recent thing. It's not like Thailand, for example, tourists have been coming to Thailand since the 70s. So a lot of people speak English and it's kind of easy. I don't say it's very easy, but it's very normal to talk to the locals or they understand you, you know, they are used to foreigners. The Vietnamese, they are not used to foreigners. It's like something very new. I volunteered in Hanoi in the beginning of the year and I talked to one of my students. She said it was the first time of her life, and she's young, she's a very young woman. She said the first time that she saw a foreigner in her life was now in 2019. And she lives in the capital of the country. She doesn't live in a village or anything like that. And just recently, the teaching of English became part of the curriculum in the schools in Vietnam. So the country is investing in being more open for tourism and being like a tourist capital here in Southeast Asia. But for now, at the moment, it can be very isolating because the Vietnamese, they are very shy because they are Asians in general. Asians, they are very shy people. They will never engage in a conversation with you or they're never gonna talk anything except if you make the first move. They can offer you a beer or something to eat because the Vietnamese are very hospitable. One of the most hospitable people I ever met. But still, if you want to go, you know, I want to have like friends here going out. And also the expat community is basically, in Hanoi, in the north, is basically Russians. In Da Nang, we have some expats as well. Ho Chi Minh can be, but it doesn't compare to Thailand or Bali or even the Philippines. It's going to be pretty much isolated. So the fifth thing about Vietnam is about the visas. While Thailand is very well established, even though the laws change all the time, and there was this recent update on the visa run laws here, you have the DTV, there's a destination Thailand visa, you have the elite visa, you have several types of visas that you can come, the education visa, you have several types of visa that you can apply for, and you can live in the country legally without any hassle. But Vietnam doesn't offer you this. There's been some talking about the 10-year golden visa for investors, but this is just a draft. It needs to be approved yet. So basically what people do here, this is what they don't tell you. What people do to live in Vietnam is to do endless visa runs. Thailand is cracking down on visa runs, Indonesia is cracking down on visa runs, but Vietnam is pretty much laid back on this. They don't really care about that. They turn like a blind eye. But you're gonna rely on this. You know, you have to rely on this and you have to rely on the luck. And you have to rely on luck because it takes only one government policy away so you can have your life or maybe you can be denied entry, you know. So you need to think about that. There is nothing like guarantee you to stay in the country. You're gonna be always legally a tourist. You cannot have a residence, you cannot apply for the national health insurance like in Thailand, like the retired people here or the people using the DTV. So while it's not like a big deal, because me personally, I know people living in Vietnam, they are living there since 2023, just doing visa runs or border bounces. For example, they go for Thailand for 2 days and come back. They go to Philippines and come back. They go to Laos and come back. This can be in the long term. I don't think this is a good plan, you know? I mean, I don't mind this personally because I am a crazy guy and I'm traveling, you know, I've been traveling for a while. But if it's your first time, but that's what I'm saying. And again, here with the title of this video, Vietnam is not for beginners. I'm not a beginner. I've been traveling for 6 years already, you know, but if you're a beginner and you think you have all these expectations about going to Vietnam and all, you need to be careful. And to not sound that I'm bashing the country or trashing Vietnam, I love Vietnam because it's one of my favorite countries here anyway, still. Because it's very cheap, one of the things is very cheap. The people are very amazing, the people are hospitable. One of the most hospitable actually. And if you manage to find an English-speaking Vietnamese person, this person is very nice. It's gonna be very friendly, it's gonna be very, you know, loyal to you, because that's the Vietnamese. They really help you, they're really caring about their friends, and especially foreign friends. What I feel about Vietnam is like, unlike Thailand, they want to show the country to you, the Vietnamese people. They want to show the country to you. They want you to feel welcome. They want to, because it's new, you know, like they are not used to foreigners. They feel proud in showing things to you. Thailand, you have like 34 million people coming every year. It's like you can find a foreigner even in a home nowhere here in Thailand, like in a village. So it's not something exciting for Thai people. Oh, another white guy, another foreigner, you know. So why? What's the point? So that's the good thing about Vietnam. But yeah, to wrap it up, you have to think about coming to Vietnam. Especially if you don't have any plan and you are relying on a plan B or a plan C no, you need actually, if you rely on your plan. If everything goes wrong, I can find a job. If anything goes wrong, I don't know, I'm gonna move to Thailand. No, it's not like that. You need to be really careful. You need to have a plan B, a plan C, savings, you know. I don't want to demotivate you to come to Vietnam. I'm just saying that it's gonna be shocking. It's gonna have this clash, you know, you're gonna clash with the culture all the time. And you're gonna be either, after this process of the cultural shock, you're gonna be either accepting more, you're gonna be more relaxed because, okay, that's how it is. Or you're gonna be like some foreigners I met. They're gonna be bitter, you're gonna be angry all the time, you're not gonna enjoy your life, your experience abroad. And that's what I don't want for you. I don't want that for you. So that's why you need to come prepared. Vietnam is not for beginners. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you like, and see you in the next video. Happy trails.